What no one understands is that I'm only a poet when I'm actually writing the bloody stuff, and I haven't written a bloody word worth reading for God knows how long.
There's nothing stuffy about Dylan Thomas. He had not been to university, and so for him the process of writing was something that was very visceral.
I'm led to believe that he was really quite a perfectionist.
In you go then.
I'm told that he could write the same line of a poem 100 times over and just to get it the way he wanted it.
People don't think about Dylan the guy who's sat in his shed hour after hour trying out to himself minute variations of the lines of the poems which, when you hear them read by him, seem to just pour out of him effortlessly, but in fact he was, like most great writers, a very hard worker.
A flash in the blooms crack, in a black cup of jackdaws, Sir John's Hill dance. In a black cup of jackdaws, Sir John's Hill dance. Sir John.
The first poem he wrote in that writing shed was over St. John's Hill, and that scene is in the film, is really important. I asked Andrew to put that in, and he did. It is a very magical place, that house with that estuary and the writing shed. You get that feeling, that lyrical kind of movement in the words of his poetry that he wrote there at that time. A lot of it's about nature and watching the sea and the birds and, you know, the air and the feeling of the seasons passing.
I love all the lists here because actually that's sort of the way I think he worked. I think he just tried to rhyme. He would try and find rhymes, to try and find patterns, and he was continually writing things, scrolling them up, throwing them on the floor, pinning them up. But he used to have really hot baths and would sit with licorice all sorts round the bath and would be reading lines from Undermilt Wood and practising the voices of all the different characters while picking up licorice all sorts around the bath. So I'm just imagining him here sucking the sweets and trying out his different voices and trying out all the characters. I think today is actually quite a perfect day to be here. It's wet, it's windy, it's wild, but it helps me imagine just what the sort of weather my grandfather would have seen out the window as he was writing. So today perhaps might have inspired him to write some of his more dramatic scenes, but then on a hot summer's day with all the bright colours, it might have helped him write some of his descriptions of the view, and you could see for miles and miles all around. I can just see entirely what inspired my grandfather to write.